The Greencubator is about creating excitement about the opportunities in energy. So normally the energy is believed to be kind of old school, very big, very with huge inertia system. Our key idea is written on the t-shirts. It says, "Energy geeks are sexy." We want people believe that starting something in energy is as cool as starting something in IT.
Our secret mission is to bring people from different areas of life into green entrepreneurship and show them that there are opportunities and there is excitement to create something in energy.
When Andriy, my brother, and I were thinking about Greencubator, it was right in the midst of the global financial crisis. And we were running two small companies. So Andriy was doing the company within the infographics and 3D visualization field for TV. He was doing cool visualizations. And I was doing financial PR and investor relations for some of Ukrainian companies raising capital. And then boom, and everything crashed. And we were two unemployed CEOs of small companies with a lot of debt on our back. And we were looking for the ways to use the knowledge we had for future, for helping some, and two unemployed CEOs of small companies started the project.
What does sustainability mean for you?
For me, sustainability is the mix of natural capital and quality of living. And I truly believe there are ways and there are models where we can be happy and do not deplete our natural capital.
For me, it's living the way that you live this earth better, or at least in the same state as it were when you came on this earth. And it's a mixture of economy. It's a mixture of behavioral patterns and behavioral change and social capital, and it's also a mixture of natural capital.
And how do you think energy is connected to sustainability?
If you would look at the pictures taken from the satellites, from the space stations, you will always see very distinct connection between the human life and light and energy, because there are dark places on the planet and there are light places. The ability for light to be empowering but not destructive is important part of energy equation. We are certainly entering into new era of energy, and this era of energy will be defined by our approach. Will it be the era of enlightenment or era of dark ages? So we believe in energy freedom as a part of the sustainable future of the planet, and we believe that energy should be as open, democratic and inclusive as internet has become. Because when internet became open, it made a lot of things possible, and the energy can do the same. Democratization of energy will be very, very important step for the humanity when people will reconnect with the sources of how they're getting this thing, and how they are powering their lives. And actually, well, some people are thinking about the golden standard, about the golden equivalent of currency. What's gold? Why it's so important? It's some outdated concept from some old king times. I think the currency of the future will be energy backed, because kilowatt is one of the actually most important concepts for this. When we are speaking about smart energy, it's the mix of the means of production, transportation and distribution. So this comparison to the internet is very fundamental, because, well, with some hints involved, but I'll be able to host a website on this computer, maybe even on the smartphone. I'm not able to do this in the energy system currently, or it's extremely limited. So the smart energy is at the heart of this system because it allows two-way flow, two-way energy communication. Now in an energy, we are probably approaching this critical point and mix of Internet of Things, IT technologies, networking, communications will empower creation of this energy superhighway where you can freely trade, freely connect, freely where you can boost the efficiency, where you can cut the consumption, where you can self-generate energy, where you can solve energy. So we are approaching to this level. Things for energy revolution, for empowering people to produce their own energy and to transform the energy system. Now, of course, the paternalism and consumerism, they are true enemies. Ukraine is very paternalistic, and millions of people were intoxicated by this concept that this is the government's responsibility and the government's role to provide this. And actually, the role energy played in Ukraine's history is very dangerous. Each year, Ukraine was paying over $10 billion for Russian gas. And people here were paid through the form of subsidies to keep their eyes closed and doing nothing. That's why no renewables, no energy efficiency, no investment, no new activities to retrofit the homes. All the industry was killed. There is a very tragic legacy of Soviet Union. The tragic legacy of killing the initiative, disempowering people, and not believing in being able to change anything. And over 25 years of Ukraine's independence, we still carry this legacy. And this legacy, it's in the policy, in the politics, in the energy systems, and in the minds of most of our citizens. Speaking about the consumerism, this is another cultural part. Buying more stuff and using consumption not as a tool for living a better life, but as a tool of having the status like living a better life. I think when we are opting for models of consumption, we can live more essentialist lives and have more space. By being busy, we are shielding ourselves from really important questions of our life. And the same with stuff. We actually need more white space in our homes and in our offices and in our life. More space where you can have a space for thought.
So we have to think how to survive on this planet and how to survive as the human species all together, not only think about ourselves but also about the planet in general.
Did EuroMaidan create a space for such reflections?
From my perspective, EuroMaidan gave some of the people the first experience of volunteering, and maybe for some of them even the first experience of collaborating with each other.
Yeah.
And right now we feel like a lot of people are ready, like they tasted this thing of volunteering or being active or being like subjects of change, and now they want more. So they're looking for ways how to invest their energy and their knowledge and their experience into something good for society and good for their country. And I think some of the projects that we did after EuroMaidan, our hackathon, the biggest hackathon organized by Greencubator in 11 cities of Ukraine, it would not be possible without those people who were so eager to change something in their cities.
Yeah, this taste of connection and building things togetherness. Very important idea, the very important poster series, Я крапля в океані, I'm the drop in the ocean. And So we are in pretty individualistic society. Sometimes this is very inefficient individualism, but this became collaborative individualism. Not the Soviet collectivism, but people doing things together, people trying things together, people moving together.
What can we learn from Ukraine?
Huge transformation, not conflict, but huge societal transformation. So the political process we have here in place is very primitive, inefficient, and it's definitely not shaping the agenda for the going up to the next level. But the public pressure, the civil society pressure is growing, and it's actually one of the drivers moving the changes forward. So for the world to learn from Ukraine, I believe that Ukraine is the case of rapid reinventing of the nation. And here the world can learn a lot about the potential for new citizenship, for doing things beyond the formal borders, because many things we were doing here were unthinkable of regular day modus operandi. We are probably one of the world's most intense laboratories for creating the new active citizenship.
If you want to contribute to making this world a better place, you should understand what you're good at and do it as best as you can. Even if you are not into energy or ecology, but you are, for example, a great filmmaker, or you write books, or you're a teacher, you can be as best as you can in what you do, and this way you can make a little step to changing this world. If all of us will do the same thing, I think most of the problems can be solved.
Well, what if you are a great oil extractor and you do it great?
Well,
it's also about values. Because I think Ukraine is a very interesting place to be right now, because it's also a battlefield of values. The old values and the new values. The values of paternalistic, post-Soviet times, and the values of new world. And it also starts from raising the right values in people, and then from on this value set to making the change together, and to doing what you love and what you're good at in the right direction.
As for the oil extraction engineers, we just came back from the city of Dolina, the city which grew up over 50-60 years on the oil wells. Yeah, so it was a small village just some 100 years ago, and now it's a pretty nice city in the Prikarpatia region of Ukraine. And they are looking into exiting oil as the major driver of the economy. They are looking into new alternative industries. But one of the things for oil engineers is that they are looking for using of depleted oil wells as a source of energy via geothermal energy, and they want to power the hospitals and kindergartens and other municipal buildings with the geothermal energy from old oil wells. So I think the skills in any field, they can be used when you turn on awareness and understanding and responsibility. And that's very big opportunity for humans to use their skills, whatever they are, if they...
So you have to combine skills together with your values.
Exactly. And for me, it's very important that people just get off of very naive and symbolic actions. It's like, I'm not the big proponent of Earth Hour Because just turning off the light for 1 hour and then for half a year you feel I've done right. This is the illusion. Sorry, folks. So our message for sustainable planet, if you want to help this planet, not start being less evil. The best thing you can do is seeing all the chain from cradle to grave, or better, from cradle to cradle for this product, and asking questions. Asking questions is very important things for changing the companies and changing the models and even changing the legislation. Just ask question and voice your opinion, and ask question again and give clear signal. If things are not improving, there will be change. I remember we were doing the Tesla camp in 2014, and we were asking participants how many of them have any connection to the sector. And 75, they were just interested but had zero connection. And when we are asking them at the end of the event, can they do something? They say, yeah, sure. Over 80%, yeah, we can try something. We can do something. And probably that's right time for changes and technologies and new transformation to take off.